Arambha avastha. Pranav, Om, should be chanted with 3 matras, prolonged intonations. This is for the destruction of the former sins. The mantra, Pranav, destroys all obstacles and all sins. By practicing this he attains the Arambha avastha, the beginning of first stage. The body of the yogi begins to perspire. When it perspires he should rub it well with the hands. The trembling of the body also occurs. He sometimes jumps like a frog. Ghata avastha. Then follows the Ghata avastha, the second state, which is acquired by constantly practicing suppression of breath. When a perfect union takes place between prana and apna, manas and buddhi or jivatman and paramatman without opposition, it is called Ghata avastha. He may now practice only for about 1/4 of the period prescribed for the practice before. By day and by evening let him practice only for a yam, 3 hours. Let him practice the Keval Kumbhaka once a day. Drawing away completely the organs from the objects of senses during cessation of breath is called pratyahara. Whatever he sees with his eyes, let him consider as Atman. Whatever he hears with his ears, let him consider as Atman. Whatever he smells with his nose, let him consider as Atman. Whatever he tastes with his tongue, let him consider as Atman. Whatever the yogi touches with his skin, let him consider as Atman. Then various wonderful powers are obtained by the yogi, such as clairvoyance, clairaudience, ability to transport himself to great distances within a moment, great power of speech, ability to take up any form he likes, ability to become invisible and the wonder of transmuting iron into gold. That yogi who is carefully practicing yoga, attains the power to levitate. Then, should the wise yogi think that these powers are great obstacles in the attainment of yoga, he should never take delight or recourse to them. The yogin should not exercise these powers before any person whomsoever. He should live in the world as an ordinary man in order to keep his powers concealed. His disciples would, without doubt, request him to show them his powers for the gratification of their desire. One who is actively engaged in one's world-imposed duties forgets to practice yoga. So he should practice day and night nothing but yoga without forgetting the words of his guru. Thus he who is constantly engaged in yogic practices passes the Ghata state. Nothing is gained by useless company of worldly-minded people. Parichaya avastha. Then by such constant practice, the Parichaya avastha, the third state, is gained. Vayu or breath, through arduous practice pierces the Kundalini, along with Agni through thought and enters the Sushumna, uninterrupted. When one's chitta enters the Sushumna along with prana, it reaches the high seat in the head, along with prana. When the yogi by the practice of yoga acquires power of action, Kriya Sakti, and pierces through the 6 chakras and reaches the secure condition of Parichaya, the yogi then verily sees the threefold effects of karma. Then let the yogi destroy a multitude of karmas by the pranav. Let him accomplish Kaya Vyuha, a mystical process of arranging the various skandhas of the body and taking various bodies, in order to exhaust all his previous karmas without the necessity of being reborn. At that time let the great yogi practice the 5 dharnas or forms of concentration by which command over the 5 elements is gained and fear of injuries by any one of them is removed. Nishpatti avastha. This is the 4th stage of pranayama. Through graduated practice the yogi reaches the Nishpatti avastha, the state of consummation. The yogi, having destroyed all the seeds of karma, drinks the nectar of immortality. He feels neither hunger nor thirst, nor sleep nor swoon. He becomes absolutely independent. He can move anywhere in the world. He is never reborn. He is free from all diseases, decay and old age. He enjoys the bliss of samadhi. He is no longer in need of any yogic practice. When the skillful tranquil yogi can drink the pranavayu by placing his tongue at the root of the palate, when he knows the laws of action of prana and apna, then he becomes entitled to liberation. A yogic student will automatically experience all these avasthas one by one as he advances in his systematic, regular practices. An impatient student cannot experience any of these avasthas through occasional practices.